Dain did my bars at one time, and I got up off the couch, up off the table, and I sat down on the couch, and I went, oh my God. I didn't realize that people could not walk, talk, and chew gum without a judgment. They have to use a judgment to accomplish everything in life. I didn't know it had to be that way. And that was a revelation of magnitude for me. But Dain has been good at giving me revelatory realities.
I like that, revelatory realities.
You're a revelationist. Not a revolutionist, a revelationist.
Let me just say that bars quite literally saved my life over 20 years ago now. I was at a place where I literally had planned a date to end my life, and I had given up hope for the first time in my time on this planet. I was 30 years old, and I had been unhappy for the better part of 3 years. I had been trying everything to change my life, going to workshops, etc. And I'd finally given up hope that that was going to happen. And so I set a date to end my life. I was done. And I thought I was going to get out. Well, the universe apparently had different plans. I saw this little ad that said, access, all of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. Call Shannon. Boy, did that ad piss me off. It's like my life is pain, suffering, and gory. You have no idea what my life is like. But I saw the ad the following week in the paper, and I learned long before that if you love something or hate it, there's something there for you. And so I called, and I said, what do you do? And she said, this thing called the bars. And I was like, what's that? She said, at the worst, you feel like you had a good massage. At the best, your whole life can change. And in my head, I was going, my whole life better change or I'm killing myself. What the heck do I have to lose? And so I go into the session depressed and suicidal, desiring to die and knowing that I'm planning on it. And an hour and 15 minutes later, this gratitude for being alive that transformed my whole sense of being alive. But it let me know that all the hopes and dreams I'd had for the possibilities for what I wanted to live and create were actually available and possible. Like, if I could change this fast, then everything else might be possible too. Started me on a journey of exploring truly what else is possible. And that's why I'm in front of you right now instead of dead. But that's not to say that that's what happens for everybody. I know some people hear my story and they go, well, I didn't get what he got. Well, nobody can get what somebody else gets. You can only get what you do. But one of the things that can be really helpful to recognize is what you get from bars is not about what you feel. It's about what you get to be, which actually has no feeling to it or goes beyond feeling. And so what it does is it changes the sense of walls and barriers needing to be there to protect you from the world. It often changes how you will interact with people and pets and plants and the earth and the sun and the sky, where you walk around less barriered, less protected. But that's not so much of a feeling. That's more of a space of being that you get to be and that you get to access. And so if we don't make it about the feeling, then we can be present for whatever we're truly receiving that goes beyond feelings. Because we're jaded in our feelings. We believe that this feels this way. True receiving has a feeling to it, but it actually doesn't. And true, like when I'm truly being me, one of the points of view I used to have forever was when I'm being me, I feel this way. And it was sort of like, I'm ready, I'm happy, I'm abundant, I'm joyful, I'm like, and it would, this is me being me. And so whenever I wasn't feeling like that, I thought I wasn't being me. And it took me a very long time to realize, and a wonderful conversation with my friend Gary Douglas, where I was very cranky, and I asked him for help, and we started using some of the access tools. And about 45 minutes in, he said, how are you doing? And I said, I don't know. I'm like, I don't really feel like anything. I don't feel really happy. I don't feel really sad. And for me, that was the death knell. That was something I hated more than anything else, is not feeling, not knowing how I was based on how I felt. And I said that, and he went, well, that's exactly where you want to be. I'm like, not happy, not sad, and I feel blank. He's like, yeah. When you're truly being you, it has no feeling to it. And my eyes got really wide, because he'd probably said that 100 or 1,000 times before, but I'd never even begun to hear it. But I heard it this time, and I went, oh my goodness. My entire life, I have thought that I wasn't being me when I had no thoughts in my head, when I had no force in my world. I thought I was basically ceasing to exist. And in that moment, I realized that's when I was actually being me. And every time I would get there to being me, I would try to do something to get out of it, to have more feeling, because I had decided and misidentified that when I had no feeling, I wasn't being. So I just say that as perhaps a future acknowledgement for people, that it's when you get to that space of just having and being space, where you don't really have a feeling there, that's when you're truly being you. And people think, oh, well, that's so boring, or that's so non-exciting. But in actuality, what I've learned is from that space, that's where all the enthusiasm can well up in a moment. That's where the gratitude can be off the charts just instantaneously. And all through it, you still have you.